No, you're still, you don't have to fill one out.
I'm Terry Peavy at 6512 Skyline Drive, Texarkana, Arkansas. After the last board meeting, a lot of us did not find out until the next morning and in the paper that when this board came out of executive session, 4 directors voted to have you, Mayor Smith, voted off the A&P board. As far as I'm aware, the vote that was taken to remove you was not on the agenda. Because if it had been, I feel very strongly that a lot of people would have maybe stayed to have been able to voice their opinion on this. Could someone please help me understand the procedures that this board has in place on taking votes? We are confused on how this came to be last board meeting.
If I'm incorrect, we did not follow, the board of directors did not follow the rules of procedures in that the item was not on the agenda, nor was there a motion and approval by the board to place the item on the agenda. So you're correct in my interpretation that we did not follow the rules of procedures. There was nothing, and we did not discuss. Ordinarily, we would discuss personnel issues, boards, assignments, and removals, and changes in the executive session. That was not discussed. Even though some people believe that was the reason for the long executive session was that discussion. That was never discussed in the executive session. It was not on the agenda. Our rules of order requires that if anybody puts something on the agenda, we just have to state that we have to prove that it's being placed on the agenda. Hopefully that answers your question. I will refer to the attorney to see if
I would argue that it would concern me for me to agree that this board didn't follow the rules of procedure. I would argue, should this be challenged, that traditionally this board has made appointments to A&P coming out of executive session. And I'm looking back at the past agenda, and number 20, executive session, did state adopt a resolution for the appointment or rescinding appointment on boards and commissions and committees. Now, this board has procedures to put items on the agenda for consideration. The executive session very typically has adopt a resolution making appointments and what have you. So I would hope and believe that this city is in a defensible position for the action that it took, despite the differences of opinion on the propriety of it. On what actually happened, the procedure, I think, would be sound.
The procedure would be sound. Do you mind if you read that again? Because it seems like that what you read is on there generally quite a few times. And is that to protect? I mean, does that mean that when you go into executive session, that's what you need to talk about, so that when you come out of executive session, then that's when the vote is taken?
I don't know that discussion of an item in executive session is a prerequisite of a vote on what that is. I mean, this is very typically on there, adopt a resolution to take this action. This one's even a little bit different, and there's an additional adopt a resolution to rescind an appointment on a board and commission. These two A&P Commission seats serve at the will of the board. I mean, I'm referencing the two from the board. And so that part is sound. The vote and the procedure, I think, is very defensible, the way it was done.
Okay, so what you're saying is this was not a new precedent set by these 4 directors, that you cannot just come out of executive session and they can't just vote on anything they want to vote on to pass. It has to be specifically about appointments to boards.
I believe that you're, again, this was on the agenda for appointment and rescinding of appointment on boards and commissions. My understanding is that's the action this board took.
It was, so what you're saying, City Attorney, is that this, if I go back and I ask to look at the agenda from the last board meeting, it is going to be clear on that the vote was going to be taken coming out of executive session. Nobody was surprised because of the vote that was taken coming out of executive session to replace the mayor, that is going to be on the agenda. Is that true?
I'm not sure I asked your question. I'd have to just go back to my answer before with all respect and refer you back to that.
And I'm looking at
And I would again caution what you're talking about here is the propriety of action by this board, and what this board should be concerned about is the defensibility of it. And I think that you're there. Now, to continue to down this road and the leading questions that we're going down, very dangerous, and I do not want to be misinterpreted in what I'm saying. That's why I'm repeating what I'm telling you.
Well, and my statement is the one adoption of a resolution making appointments to the various board commissions. It was specifically Airport Authority, Florida Retirement System Committee, Historic District Commission, Planning Commission, Plumbing Board Review, Public French Facilities Board. This was a resolution that was attached. Item number B, adopt a resolution for the appointment and rescinding of an appointment on boards, commissions, committees. There was no resolution attached. Therefore, it wasn't discussed. And to bring it out, there's really been no resolution that has been made concerning the decision that was voted on.
And that is what I'm questioning, City Attorney. I'm very much questioning the propriety of that vote.